You know what they say, better late than never. I actually have 4 trailers. I've been behind a little bit here, so I do apologize to my fans out there. 4 trailers. So let's start off with my very first one here, which is going to be Independence Day 2. So the first thing I want to throw out about this one is that they actually talk about very briefly that Will Smith has died in this one. Now, truthfully, he didn't want to return to this franchise, and yes, he is doing Suicide Squad, and I guess he couldn't really do 2 big budget movies in one. So the thing is that they actually show Will Smith's son, and it actually looks like that Will Smith's son is actually in the military himself here, and he's doing the exact same thing, and he's going to, kick some ass just as much as Chris Hemsworth, his brother, Liam, is going to be doing in this one too. They seem like they might be the 2 main characters, let alone Jeff Goldblum and Bill Pullman. Some of the stuff that I really did like in there, I kind of like that the aliens found a way to pretty much do, I guess gravity pull would be the best way of how they would pretty much rip off our own buildings and then drop it right on our own people here and try to kill them. A little different than what it was in the 1996 version one. Bill Pullman definitely looks like he's going to be, as always, as our ex-president, looks like he's going to be freaking awesome in this here. Now, there's been other people on YouTube who do the same stuff too, no matter if it's reaction films or just talking like I'm doing. And they would say about there might be a scene where Bill Pullman goes in this one room and all of a sudden smoke's covering all over him, and there's his daughter running up to the glass there and wondering, will he end up dying in this one? Well, if he does, hopefully it's not a scene that you're showing that he's going to end up dying, that one of the aliens is going to get him, or what's actually going to happen. If Bill Pullman does die in this film, I hope that's not the scene. Hopefully maybe there's he definitely goes out in a blaze of glory. Who knows? Who knows exactly what will happen in there. Another couple lines in there I thought was very interesting with this woman actually, why they scream. It looked like a couple aliens were actually in prisons there. And if anybody remembers Data from Star Trek Generations, which I can't even think of his real name right now, but I always liked him. I liked him in the first one, and all of a sudden you get him say, they're not screaming, they're celebrating. Now, in the 96 version, the aliens had no expression. They were just there, and I get it, maybe not as much with the special effects as much, doing that with expression and just showing them just aliens and that's it. But I wonder why they are cheering. Or is it one of those things that that their brothers and sisters in arms is coming down to rescue them, or people are dying, or what the reason is? Why are they cheering and why are they celebrating? Definitely talking about special effects, definitely looks good. Is the story going to be better than the original one? It's tough to say, because back in '96, back then you still had your great one-liners, you had your great action scenes, which this one has a lot of great action, a lot of great special effects. But again, great special effects doesn't always add up to a great story. So we'll definitely have to see how that goes on that. Bill Pullman still looks pretty good. I think he's still going to have a fun time with his part. Jeff Goldblum just being Jeff Goldblum, which is never a bad thing. That I really can't wait for. 20 years later on that. I will definitely say that one thing I do want to bring up on this before I finish up with this review. The whole thing with talking about, you hear Jeff Goldblum saying about, I had 20 years to prepare, and I could have sworn the first trailer they had, he said that they were prepared, they were ready, except maybe the aliens might have better equipment now to still take us out. But the whole thing, when we were prepared, we got the alien weapons, and we'll be ready to kick some more ass when that comes to it. And you hear Bill Pullman saying about, well, we wasn't prepared before. Now I think we should be, kind of thing. But now in this trailer, Goldblum's saying about that, we had all this time and we still wasn't prepared. So it's I feel like it's almost like the trailer from 1 to 2 is flip-flopping there. I might be wrong about that. Who knows? That's how I kind of feel about that. It just seems like I thought they were prepared in trailer 1. Now in trailer 2, they're not prepared. Who knows? But thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, stay awesome.